All right, so we've returned to the table. Sky will be with us shortly as she's getting her dinner, like you are eating. Very good dinner, by the way.
Yep,
awesome
good.
burgers.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just a quick recap from what happened. Do you want to do the recap, or shall I?
I will. After the party of 4, including our pet dire skunk, we entered a chamber after traveling through, and we came upon what appears to be a meeting room of ancient, important people. Based around this stone tree that has a lagoon at the bottom of it. We managed to use this stalagmite to get onto the platform, which was the meeting area, after singing a song which destroyed the red crystal that was encasing the entire group of people around a table.
Not just people.
There actually weren't one person. The rest were all just creatures.
Spexes,
A gelfling.
a delphine, and a mystic.
Yep. After we managed to break the glass thanks to my party members singing, then we managed to take a few items off of the corpses, or the mummified remains, I should say. And then
Grave robbing.
Technically, this isn't a grave. This was a meeting room. Just saying. Yeah, we took off the remains of people, but they were long dead. See, grave robbing really only refines to if we dig up a corpse, or if we like take something off of, like a battlefield. This was more like
Or if you take
archaeology. Well, this was more like archaeology. 1,500 years.
Was there even a corpse left to take it off of?
No.
They kind of just dusted.
Oh, they dusted. It's not.
It's Infinity War.
And if you really think about it, for the two of you girls at least, the items really called to you more than you took them. They took you, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you were saying.
Oh, wait a minute. You said that breastplate makes me immune to charm.
Resistant to charm effects.
But I already have resistance to charm because of my race.
So between the two, you
I'm
have...
basically immune.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's why I didn't hear the singing. Oh, that works.
And I just, wait, how does it affect me? I actually have a resistance to charm effects.
I could answer that, but that would not be immersive in storyline. Because none of you have inspected each other's stuff yet.
After we managed to find out that something was possibly coming from the path we entered through, and that the 150-foot drop down to the lagoon at the bottom of the stone tree would have probably killed all of us, we decided to make our way into a different exit hole, which led us, after at least a few days, give or take, of traveling, we managed to exit into the mountains. And then after climbing down the mountain, a bobcat attacked us.
I got bit in the leg.
And then you cut its head off. And upper arm.
FYI, if you had gone the other route through the water, that entire bottom of the lagoon was one giant slime. And if you had gone into the river, you would have been swept away with the current, and you would have had to make multiple dexterity and constitution rolls, which each one could give you a d4 to d8 damage.
Okay, good thing we went the way we did them.
And you would have popped out south in a populated area.
That would have killed us.
Well, our corpses would have.
I'm not sure we would have survived the fall. Yeah, D4 damage. 4, 4, 3 dead. How about you? 3, 3, 2 dead.
Hope you pass them.
Yeah.
But
Then
no,
it
she
would have
found
been
the...
a 0.1 instead of a 0.5, because this is...
Let's not talk about that ever again.
But no, she found the other route. So now you are camped out. The rest of the day passed uneventful. It's now nightfall. Anybody want to do anything before you start traveling? And if you do start traveling, which direction?
North.
Yeah, once we get to the base of the mountain, we'll just try to go north.
I'm gonna wake up the skunk. I don't know if it's...
Actually, are we resting right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
Anything else you guys want to do while
I'm
you're
not
resting?
watching this time.
I'm watching.
I'll keep an eye out, too.
Okay. You can roll, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to be clear.
Okay. But we don't have to. So basically, once we get our
She's like,
bearings,
I don't trust that.
I say we mount the skunk, and
Can I
then
roll? Just saying.
She fails anyway.
yeah, we were just gonna say if it's
See,
clear. That's all we
that's
need
your
to
dice
see.
telling you being paranoid for nothing.
If he says it's clear, you don't have to roll. Like that's what we're gonna ask. Is it clear?
I don't want to be attacked by, chased by minotaurs or
I don't think he would
centaurs
say
again.
it's clear, and then we get attacked.
He's the DM. He can say anything to try to make us comforted, and then he won't attack us. He won't
if he
throw something
does-
at us.
You sound so
Yeah, no, I
evil.
was gonna say, okay, let me explain this, Fee.
If I was
As a,
that evil
as a
of
DM or a GM, none of us would play.
yeah, it's just
Because if he lied to us like that and then attacked us, it would be like, the fuck?
I would still play, but
Well, DMs don't have to do that. If he's gonna tell us it's clear, it's clear. So, we make our way, I guess, once we break down camp, get ready to travel, we'll mount the skunk.
I can't, so I'm walking next to you.
yeah.
Yep, and then we'll make our way stealthily onto those tree line as best we can north. Do we still see, can I take periodic checks for any aerial observers?
sure.
Hi, sis.
Yeah.
Who says his number?
Yeah, 11.
11.
I don't do any better.
Can I just look around to make sure that there's nothing creeping, nothing human?
Stalking us like the bobcat was.
Okay. Yep.
It would be perception, right? Or
Yes.
survival? Perception.
You can choose.
This is survival, so 25.
So you take the rear. You completely obscure any track of you ever passing this way for
Existing
you,
in
the
general.
skunk, or anything else. Okay. After about 2 hours, you see off in the horizon what looks to be another owl with something on its back, but that's pretty far from you. You know it hasn't seen you. And it seems to be turning back southward as it comes around, not even coming over to the area that you are. And you're noticing also that the woods are becoming a bit denser as you travel north.
Is it bad? I kind of want to do like a clip on what's happening in the kingdom because she's missing.
Go for it.
We'd have no way to know what's going on behind
Oh, I
us.
know.
And besides, the reason we left was to save her from the unfortunate fate that probably awaited her. So I'm not sure what.
Don't even say it. I'm eating.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna play my flute.
Okay, what are you playing?
The song. Do the song again.
Which song?
Just a single move.
Oh, like the song that they were. Yeah, sure, I'll do
Tell us what
that.
happens.
Now, granted, can I make a perception check to make sure nothing's out in the woods while following us?
Shut up.
The idea that my
You're gonna play softly.
play softly. Yes, I'm not going to be trumpeting over here trying to let everyone know where we're at. But
As a pan with the pan flute, you can play it softly.
softly, cool. That's what I meant. Thank you. And yeah, I'm gonna make a performance check, I guess, and I'm gonna play the song that they were singing before. Dirty 20.
As you're playing it, you notice that your hands glow a light blue, and parts of your flute do too,
You have the dust on you.
as well as smears across your clothing, smears across the skunk.
Is it bright enough that I should stop to avoid being observed by anything?
No, it's pretty dull. It's just enough for you to notice a bit of a sparkle. It's almost like the light's like shining off of something shiny in the dark, but not quite there either. Just enough of a glow that it's a glow.
Okay. I keep playing.
No, nothing happens to us.
No.
And I'm still covering our tracks.
Yep. Yep. So you guys travel for about halfway through the night. Make another perception check. And ask who's keeping the second watch for the travel.
Whoever rolls highest.
So it's between the two of you.
I rolled a 9 plus my 2, which is...
I rolled a 12.
I have a 7.
So all three of you are looking out, and the highest was a 12.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
So you get through the night pretty much no problem. The sun's starting to come up over the horizon. You notice that the woods are getting much, much thicker now. So it's much easier to stay under cover. And you haven't seen any giant birds flying overhead for the last couple hours.
Not too far north.
You also notice it's really nice and quiet.
I don't like that.
I look. Can I make a history check?
What are you looking into the history of?
Location, geography, notes people have talked about to see where the border of the Elvish Kingdom is. Because if we're not being followed anymore, the environment is forests. In all likelihood, we've entered the territory of the elves. Could I decipher that off memory?
That means that we might just get shot out of nowhere in the morning.
This is what I'm kind of not hoping for, but kind of am, is that if we enter the territory and we're under observation, if we make no offensive movements and they approach us, then we have a chance to talk. And maybe I have a chance to charm someone if I have to. But
Or I could just pull up a treaty.
well, that's the talking part, and if the talking part works, great.
Yeah, don't just whip it out.
But also, if that's the case, they could easily take it the wrong way too. We have to be delicate. A lot of persuasion checks, I feel, are coming.
I
Both me and you are bards.
have a
FYI, they're most likely to shoot you,
okay, even though I have a diplomat path.
which is good if they don't shoot you,
Yes, but you're also the biggest. Other than the skunk.
which we're riding.
Yeah, the sun's coming up. What do you guys want to do?
Is there a tree I can climb to try to get above the rest of the foliage to see if I can make out structures, clearings, anything?
Sure, make an acrobatics check. Or athletics.
Can I make a perception
13?
to look off in the woods to see if there's any people or anything?
Sure.
Dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
13 for me.
Nothing humanoid. You see a few woodland creatures. These are small, though. You're not used to seeing... you saw a raccoon, but the raccoon's only this big. You saw a squirrel that's only this big.
Is this weird place?
So the animals seem small here.
Forest of Rods.
I believe that if I'm not mistaken, we are in the territory of your mum. That is the forest of the north, if I'm not mistaken. I can't be sure though. Honestly, we haven't been followed. It doesn't look like anyone. Do I see anything at 13? When I climb a tree?
At 13,
Yeah.
you see that it's heavily forested ahead of you, covered with a light mist over the trees. Really beautiful scenery. You can see the mountains down to the east and down to the south. You can see how the woods actually start to open up into little hilly terrain down towards the south too.
That's where we came from.
Yeah.
And where we're running from.
Can I use my bestial sense to see if I smell anything?
Hi.
Sure. Make a...
Nature check?
Survival?
do an insight.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that feeling you got in the grotto? You feel that connection here as well. And as you reach out, you start to feel all the living creatures around you. Small, skittering amongst the tree branches, the roots of the trees, slithering to and fro, fluttering around.
No humanoids, though, right?
Not that you can detect. Other than your compatriots.
Either we're alone, and I'm gonna be real quiet to the both of you. Either we're alone.
Well, how about we just start making our way through the territory more and hopefully come upon an encampment or town that we can talk to. I wouldn't be surprised
Could I
if...
take my foot thing down?
Sure.
Okay.
But I'll walk at the front playing my flute, and if they do, no, here's the thing. I don't want to try to stealth in here. We don't have the stealth. So I'm going to be playing my flute loudly, trying to tell them where we're at. And hopefully they approach and don't shoot when they see that we're not carrying weapons, and we don't exactly look like we're here to invade. I look around at us. Wolf Girl, Tudor Bird, me.
Squawk.
You know, so
Skunk.
I think that the... Yeah, and the 15-foot skunk that follows us. we don't look like we're going to hurt anyone,
You look more
and
like
I'm
a traveling circus.
I feel like the skunk will be a garden when the elves, if they see it.
it would definitely be interesting to see them hopefully not hurt the creature. They're not into hurting creatures much. Well, I don't know. Maybe this is like a warlike tribe of elves. These aren't the elves that you remember from the day. Well, if that's the
It's
case.
been a rough 1,500 years.
Well, and we have something that could make them feel better. Maybe.
Really?
Well, put it this way, it's still better than going home. Like, I'm not sure how this is gonna go.
Alright, so, yeah, if daybreak is coming, do you guys continue northward, or...
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're going to travel through the day as well?
Yep.
You will take a point of exhaustion for that.
Short rest?
Actually, wait, can I look for a place that would be good for us to rest at for a bit?
Sure.
Perception or
Survival.
Can I add Bardic Inspiration? I was about to ask that.
She already rolled.
Yeah.
11.
11, you find a decent enough spot.
It's not like they're hunting us anymore. There's nothing overhead.
Alright, so you guys are making camp for the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few hours.
Short rest.
Okay. Who's keeping first watch?
Not me, because I never do good rolls.
Okay. And then what are you doing? Are you sleeping, or
Yes.
are you doing anything else?
You need sleep.
Let me take my bow out. Go to sleep.
Take your bow out? And what are you doing?
There's a gem on it, right? That
No.
no.
It's made out of a odd crimson wood.
I'm just gonna.
You think it's wood anyway.
I'm gonna kind of just put it in my lap and just kind of meditate for a bit.
Okay. So you're going to meditate with your bow for the next hour or so?
Yeah, that counts as resting, right?
Yeah. Alright. What'd you get for your perception?
9.
9?
Fuck.
We're screwed.
No, you're fine. Rolled a 4.
No, thank God.
Dice
So
cuts.
anything that would be a threat, she would see beforehand and have more than enough time to warn you guys about. And usually if there's any type of animal that's a threat that notices that you've noticed it, it's not going to go after you. And animals are smart like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna enter a fight with ready prey.
Alright. So, and what are you doing, Sam?
You can keep an eye out with me. So we have
You see her
the eyes.
cuddling her bow and meditating with it.
The skunk is just
Funny
sitting
future
there.
bird.
Huh?
The skunk is just sitting there.
Yeah. Well, skunk skitters off partway through the day and does some foraging.
Needs to eat too.
Is it really bad? I want to pick up my spear, look at it, and then in the most Irish way I can is, do you fucking talk too? But just to see what happens. Yeah, that's what I do.
It doesn't talk, but you do feel a pulse of energy.
Ah, me too. That was about it. And then I keep watch.
Alright, you're gonna focus on your weapon for the next hour or two as well?
She seems to be keeping watch, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just kind of stare at it.
So you're gonna commune with your weapon.
Sure.
Okay.
That's what I was
Make-
trying to do.
I know.
Can I make another perception check? I'm still keeping an eye out.
This is still first watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't even gotten to what happens after, because the watch is usually anywhere between 2 to 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're taking a short rest at least an hour. Okay, but if you're gonna stave off exhaustion, then you want to rest for at least a couple hours.
Okay.
You know, maybe get a quick nap in or something. So that's 4 to 8 hours. 8 hours is a full rest. But you guys are in a bit of a hurry, so you're pushing that limit right to that point of just below exhaustion. All right,
Okay,
so
fine.
after an hour of meditating with your bow,
Yay.
okay, you see visions that the only things that's ever held this bow were Skeksis. Okay. In fact, you get a vision while you're doing it of a human trying to pick up the bow and it burning their hand. You also watch as the previous owners show you in a vision a ritual that you can apparently do with this bow. That requires a 2-hour ritual with a handful of dirt from your location, of tuft of fur, which is consumed in the ritual, the eye of a bird, which is also consumed in the ritual, and it allows you to know the terrain and location of all living creatures within a 500-foot radius.
And that's all it says to me, basically?
You also realize that there's a blade hidden on the handle. And if you cut yourself on it and sacrifice 1 hit point, then it will create a arrow within it for you that does double damage.
If I try that now and aim at a tree...
It'll always hit its target.
I'm gonna kind of, like, wake up and try that now. Because that sounds cool.
Okay, so you see trees, and you also can sense a few woodland creatures. You see a squirrel running across a tree branch.
Aim for it. I'm aiming for the squirrel.
You slice your finger on it, and you see the blood as it comes out stretches into the shaft along the bowstring.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you release it, this thin, sharp, like stream of blood goes rocketing out right through the squirrel as it falls to the ground.
8. I'm at 8 hit points now. But I'll regain that in like an hour.
Yeah.
If I rest. I'm gonna go over to the squirrel, grab it, and bring it over to the fire and cook it.
Okay.
Saving a tuft of fur.
Wait, fire? Was I supposed to start a fire? Okay.
I don't think you guys started a fire.
I'll just start a small one, just to cook the squirrel.
Okay.
After I take a couple, like, handfuls of its fur and put it in my bag.
All right. So,
Now you're gonna skid out.
Sam, you're sitting there
Oh.
kind of bonding
Okay.
with yours. And you're going to laugh because I wrote this up last night. Okay? Remember, I wrote this up last night.
I get that.
And as you bond with it, the spear shrinks to be 4 inches long. And you realize that with a thought, you can extend it from the 4 inches up to 15 feet tall.
So I'm gonna sit there and just make it big, make it small, make it bigger, small, make it bigger, make it small. But like probably longer than I should.
You also get the feeling that if you were to hit something really well, it would be good for you and anyone close to you.
Did I walk up to a tree?
You could.
You just saw what I did.
You want to attack a tree with it?
Kinda, yeah.
All right, roll.
Dex. 12.
You hit the tree. It chops off a hunk of bark.
You didn't hit it really well.
You know I have to do it. So I shrink it to 4 inches.
Yeah.
Put it right behind my ear. You know I have to do
It's
it.
like the pen in
I was expecting to do a
Percy
toothpick.
It's like the pen
Thought
in
about
Percy
it.
Jackson. It looks like a pen. Click. It's a sword. Oh, I got a toothpick. Click. No, it's a spear.
Yeah. So as your shift is ending, you're seeing this happen with their...
Totally. Take out a squirrel.
My character kind of wants to bond with her sword now.
You want to keep watch so she can do
Yeah,
that?
I'll keep watching.
Yeah, teamwork.
All right, perception check. The two of you working together this time?
Yeah, 17 on mine.
Oh, yeah.
Just gonna sort of
14.
I'm gonna sit crisscross and like just have the sword on my lap with my hands on it.
Okay, so
Meditate
you're
that way.
meditating with your sword.
Yeah.
The ancestral shard. Okay. So you get visions of everyone who has ever wielded this blade before.
Like me.
All Gelf. Anyone who's not Gelf that was tried to pick it up found it too heavy or cumbersome to be able to move.
That's cool. My Mine burns you.
The character is now thinking.
Okay.
That weighed a feather.
You even get an image of a Gelf that you now know is a Gelf flying. You see her flying with this sword, and she drops it as it impales through a large creature, and she swoops down, picks it right back up, and continues fighting.
Some Gelf women have.
Okay. You realize that this has the memory of and soul of every Gelf that had wielded it. Upon their death, it merged with the sword. So all of their knowledge is part of that. And as such, you learn that there's a ritual that you can do.
You're writing the rituals down in our character sheets, right? Yeah. Okay. Because
I have it all written right here.
okay.
Okay.
Your fridge is making.
Yes, macro.
So you, at any time, if you can sing that certain song that you've been humming without knowing it, okay, for 10 minutes, it will cast Aid.
Aid.
That's how you all got the bonus hit points.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Okay. You also learn that there's another ritual. For 20 minutes of song under a visible moon, you can commune and be able to communicate and ask up to 3 questions of the previous sword owners.
I get something like that.
Does Gelfs have, you know that Gelflings in the Dark Crystal movie in the show, they can do that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So
I
that's
know.
why.
Well, you have other stuff too to look through.
True.
All she got was a sword.
Oh yeah, the book.
You got 2 things, he got 2 things.
I'm happy with the sword.
Okay. You also realize that this sword has a neat trick to it.
Yeah?
Because of all the souls. Yeah. So, if you do a crit on somebody, it'll do an additional d10 psychic damage. And, if you're brought to 0 hit points while holding the sword, you can make a wisdom save with a DC 18, and if you pass it, you take absolutely no damage from the last hit that you would have taken.
That's handy.
Wait, so.
I'll have this written on your next character sheet.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So you don't have to remember all of it. But
Okay.
this is what happens when you commune with your magical items. You learn what they do.
Can I pull up that book?
Oh, I asked
again?
if I could bond with it. I didn't know that I just had to communicate with it.
That was your bonding with it.
Oh, okay.
Can I pull up the book? The journal I got?
Well, this takes her actually about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Longer than it took for you guys to commune, because hers was a lot more in depth. And you got some really nice. You got that ritual that tells you everything that's going on, and you get arrows for a hit point. You know, if you had something that could heal you a hit point per round, then you have infinite arrows. It never miss.
So like a ring of healing.
Yeah. Regeneration.
Yeah, ring of regeneration.
But you've never seen stuff like that for sale.
Only in Toka,
So
which we can find.
It exists, maybe, but we're
No,
not near
it exists.
yeah.
You
So
can get
Sam,
there
yours
from
on a critical hit,
From this
it'll
point.
heal you and any creature within 5 feet of you for d6 hit points.
Nice. And crit is not 20?
Alright, so are the 2 of you gonna rest a bit more and let her commune with her book, or research the book, or do you want to research the book while you're walking?
I can do it while
Or
I'm walking.
what are you planning on doing?
Actually, no.
Because now we're looking at,
What time is it in the day?
it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'll just do it while I'm walking.
Did I say we keep moving?
I put my sword back where it was supposed to be.
Okay. So you travel north for a couple more hours, and you're looking into your book?
Yeah.
Are you trying to figure out the language you don't
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Or are you researching the arcane pages that you found?
Trying to understand the language.
Language?
Yeah.
Alright, make a intelligence roll. And it's a DC 25.
Even if I roll a nat 20, I can't make that.
It's an ancient lost language.
Then can I look at the runes instead?
Yes,
Do an
arcane
Arcana?
check.
Okay, Arcana check.
You're checking out the first one that you find?
Yeah. 17.
Congratulations, you realize it's a spell.
Oh my god, it's another spell?
Yeah, it's the cantrip of mending.
What level?
It's a cantrip.
Oh my. What does mending do again?
Mending allows
Fixes
you
things.
to fix an object 1 square foot. Like if you shatter a vase, you can bring it back like it was brand new again.
Oh, that smells. I could have brought back the bridge.
No, 1 square foot. The bridge is
Yeah.
80 feet.
Yeah, that's not happening. Sorry.
A foot at a time, come on!
Yeah, no, I'm not sitting here for all those rolls. Alright, so, and what's your perception check for your travel north?
I rolled it. 19.
And are you still covering the trail behind you?
Yeah.
Alright, then make a roll for that too.
17 for my perception check.
My perception was 13. And it's a survival for the covering up tracks, right?
Yeah. Or nature.
25.
Yeah, you leave no trace. As night starts to fall, okay, you notice, because you had a nice high perception roll for a change.
I had 19.
You had a 19?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I apologize.
13 doesn't make it, right?
No. And we'll just say it's
So
'cause you're-
17 and a 19, so the both of us
Yeah.
see it.
So the both of you notice that about a
Oh, wait,
mile,
where's the skunk? Is he with us?
yeah,
We were riding them.
somewhere between a half mile to a mile ahead of you. You're not really sure because this is your first time out traveling. It looks like there's a hut with smoke coming out of a chimney.
I call it out to you since you didn't make it that there's a hut up ahead. It's what time of day?
Night's starting to fall. It's like 7 o'clock at night, dusk.
Maybe they're friendly?
Maybe.
I say we approach. We do another perception check to see if we see any horses, mounts, saddles, carts, anything dangerous. Also check the skies for any flyers, and then we'll decide what to do after that.
All right, make your perception checks as you approach the
12 for me.
7, 19.
23.
And what was yours?
12.
12. All right. So you notice that there is a general lack of refuse around the area. You know, usually when you're walking through the woods, there's a lot of like leaf cover and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. No, this is like grass. It's almost like it's manicured. Okay. There's like no fallen leaves. There's no bare sticks. That's about the only thing that you really notice. It's uncommonly clean. Okay. And then what were you two roll?
Dirty 19.
23.
Okay, you're last. All right. You notice that not only what he noticed, that this place is unbelievably clean and lack of refuse, but you also notice as you approach the little hut that it's just a small straw hut that's like with sticks, very primitive looking, and it looks almost like it's grown out of the ground itself.
I pointed out to him.
And you don't
Phoenix!
hear anything really coming from it. Now, Fee, as you're looking forward, you see everything that they see. You also see that you can look through, that you're able to see a little bit through the window, even at this distance, and you can see that there's a person walking around inside.
There's a person walking around.
And you also notice a small goat tied to the back of the hut.
It's also a tiny goat tied to the back of the hut. It's your people.
Half your people.
It's your ancestor.
Oh God.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
He's
So-
laughing.
I call out to the group. So why don't me and you approach it? And might you want to say if you want to hang out in the wood line?
Yeah, you say
You are a little
skunk.
bit scary for people who aren't used to you.
Okay.
Make us just try to stay out of the way. If you see anything, then come on in. But let's be cautious and not try to scare them. So I walk up to the house
I go
from the
with
tree
them.
line.
Okay, the two of you walk up to the house. The skunk stays with her.
Cool.
And
Me scratching behind
it's
its
not
ears.
happy about going to civilized areas.
That's fine.
I'm scratching behind its ears.
Okay. So you get up to the front door. Someone gonna knock?
I
I'm
do.
gonna politely knock.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
You're not here to sell anything, are you?
No, I'm here to ask for directions.
Likely story. What are you selling?
I have nothing to sell. Except for like dire wolf jerky, but that's my food.
Wolf jerky?
Yeah.
Fresh?
Really?
A week old.
About a week old.
Door swings wide
Oh
open.
gosh.
Okay, you see this hunched over, grizzled, old orcish lady. She's got like one big tooth coming up and the other one's like chipped and jagged, barely sticking through her maw. You can see her face is sagging with age. Basically, you know the really sad bulldog looks pictures that you see with like the giant tusks, like Snubble. Imagine that as an orc.
Jeez.
I like wolf jerky. I trade you
Like to stay?
fruit. And she pulls out a purple, weird-looking fruit.
I give her the last of my jerky. 2 pounds of jerky. And I take the fruit.
She gets all excited. Oh, here! And then she hands you a little bottle of something, and she hands you a little container of little sticks.
No, I have enough.
Fair trade.
I'll hand her.
Excuse me,
some.
miss.
What are you doing here,
Don't worry
traveler?
about it.
We got lost in the mountains on our way, and we sort of don't know where we are. Do you mind telling us where we are?
Woods.
We've seen a lot of that.
Ah, we're in the woods.
Do you know which direction is that way? I point north.
What?
Yeah.
Elves.
Are they friendly?
No.
Is there anyone that we could talk to among them by any chance?
You're funny. They don't talk, they shoot. When you see white markers with weird symbol on, don't go no further. Take one step over that and you get shot. Never see what come for you. I lost my son that way.
Oh.
Do I hear this?
No, well, you're at the tree line.
Make a perception roll.
15.
You hear most of it.
Do you know where the next nearest thing in the other directions are, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, closest thing, Foxfield, south.
No.
No.
6-day travel.
That's how far we've gone.
Need to keep
Well,
going.
there's also Trapper Camp to west, but you don't want to go there.
Are they hostile?
No, you just don't want to go there. They're weird. Very weird.
I'm talking to an orcish bulldog, and that's that's a definition of weird. Alright.
They do weird stuff with skins.
Totally not surprised.
What are you looking for?
I dropped my D20.
It's right in front of you. It blends in with the carpet.
You look like you want to say something.
I kind of want to ask the lady something.
Go
for
ahead.
Do you maybe have
Right
a
in front
map
of you.
of this of the north area?
Map? What map?
Like, do you have a map of the north and like
What's a map?
places? Maps don't exist.
No.
And we at the bottom of a mountain range right now, technically. So
Oh, you're in the middle of the woods. You left the mountains range like half day past.
I ask how.
You can see him in the distance, but you're out in the middle of the woods.
Okay. I ask her what's east. It's the one direction she hasn't mentioned.
East? East. Mountains, big mountains. Over mountain, fiery place. Not fun. Big lizard people. Not friendly. Real good metal stuff.
Are they friendlier than elves, or?
Yeah. Sometimes they say hi before they kill you.
Oh, great.
Unless you know Mark.
I'm waiting for her to like spot me or something, and I'm just sitting here just like scared.
You're hiding behind the other end of the hut that
No.
we're at. So.
These two can see that this lady's like half blind.
Yeah, I'm not worried about
She's a
it.
crotchety old lady that, you know, when she gets excited, her voice just kind of goes growly. But what can I do for you fine folks today? That bring me such pleasurable treats.
I look outside. We have two others with us. Would we mind putting us up for the night?
I don't have much room here, dear. But
You maybe have.
I know. You can use the old cabin. Okay. Just go that way, and she points to a northeasterly direction.
Okay.
And you can see there's a small trail
Okay.
that's overgrown, kind of leading up to it. Old cabin up there, there should be enough room for you. It's a bit old, a bit ugly, I'm sorry, but as you see, I not have enough room here for one, for two, maybe three, no.
No, understandable. I appreciate all your assistance, ma'am. I bow graciously, kind of walk over to the wood line and wave.
I come out with my hood up.
Haven't seen one of you in a long time.
Yes, I've heard that quite a lot.
You from the clans from the east, right?
the east?
Ah, past the fire range. Where the... No?
I was raised in Foxwood.
Oh, you poor thing. That place sucks.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Why retire here?
Can you tell me about my homelands, if you know anything?
Very little. I heard...
Night, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna take my fox wolf thing hood off.
Okay.
What? My ears don't look elven enough. They
No,
look weird.
there might be a warrant out for you, and this lady might know and notice who you are.
She doesn't seem fazed by it all.
Okay.
This lady doesn't look like she goes to town much. I really don't think she's even aware of anything going on.
Even if there was one, I'd grab her with 10 pounds of wolf jerky.
I not know much about them. They came through once to go see elves, do trade with them, but I only see them once.
How many?
I don't know. A long time ago. Back when my son was still alive. Well, one of them. No, there were two alive at that time. 2? 3? 2, because one showed them way to Elfgate, and the other one didn't get along with them. That's right.
Well, we should. Is there any other questions that we have for the lady, or should we make our way to the?
But there
old
should be
cabin?
firewood at cabin. Feel free. You know, by all means, I thank you very much for wolf jerky. This is fantastic. I don't get this on my own anymore. My sons used to bring me jerky, but now they're dead.
Well, I'm glad that we could help
Now
you,
they
man.
jerky for wolf. Anyway, anything else I help you with?
No, that should be all. Thank you for letting us stay in the cabin.
Oh, welcome. Be safe. God's be with you.
Have a nice night.
It's the first time you've ever heard anyone say God's be with you.
I'll nod.
So you follow the track?
Yeah.
Yep.
You get there. This place is falling apart. It's barely got a roof, barely got a floor, barely got walls. You go to open the door and it falls off. You see ratty. Looks like this place hasn't been touched in the last like 15 years. Maybe 20. But there is a full stack of firewood, you know, in the back.
And there's a spot we can make fire.
A couple things crawling on it, but... And a fireplace.
I checked the firebase.
Fireplace is stone, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna start a fire
Okay.
in the fireplace.
As soon as you start the fire, you start to realize just how dirty this place is. And a couple of birds fly out of the chimney as you light it. You can try.
1.
Okay. Waste a hit point.
Yep. I need a bird's eye.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
What would I add for that?
Just make an attack roll.
Okay. 14.
Okay. Basically, when you use the blood arrow, you're gonna hit. The difference between the attack roll is whether you crit or not.
Okay, 14.
Okay, roll your d10 damage.
This little sparrow.
2. Hey, the arrow flies I should say the needle of blood that fires from this longbow shoots right through it. Thing collapses down to the ground, dead, missing half of its torso.
I go over, get its eyes.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that ritual. Because why not?
Okay.
So the skunk is in the house with us too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
In fact, the skunk is actually one of the nicest things you've had in the house. As it scurries around, it's like it's sweeping up all the dust and like sweeping it out.
Bushy tail. Can I see if I could fix the door back to how it was?
Sure. Roll d20.
D20?
I'll assist.
3. Not a fumble.
You prop it up. It stays there for now.
For now.
Okay, not reconnected in any way, shape, or form,
But
but
it'll stop
I'm gonna
things
look
from...
at you. Can you help with the door?
Nope. 4.
I don't think that counts into just...
Because I'm not doing my ritual yet. I'll try.
We're all trying to put up a door.
3.
God damn it.
So this door just disintegrates in our hands because we fucked with it so much at this point.
no, you gotta put the screw in this way. And the screw just snaps. No, you gotta bolt it in this way.
Can I make
No, it just rips off the part of the wall.
Can I try again?
We'll probably do more
One more
damage.
try and then...
One last try to secure
19.
the door.
19!
Okay.
Sideways. Print.
You grab some of the firewood, okay? You take your new sword, just cleaves through it so nicely, and you create a couple shivs, and you just kind of bang the whole thing together, post and beam style, to get it to stick. Basically putting a board on each side of it to clamp it on.
Okay, now I'm gonna do that ritual. Which I need a tuft of fur and a bird's eye.
Yep, and 2 hours of singing.
You're gonna sing,
Not now.
sing quietly.
I'll do it in the morning.
I'll take first
Or
watch.
when we get closer to the elven territory.
I think we have good cover, right?
You have excellent cover.
Yeah, so I don't even have to watch, really, just like in sleep.
Yeah.
So you all gonna take your first real
Yep.
night's rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, this is...
Okay.
This is nice for what? What?
All right. You wake up to the birds singing. It's a beautiful morning. You open your eyes and you see the glinting steel points of arrowheads pointed at your heads. Behind them is a couple elves.
We didn't see any white markers on our way up to the camp, did we?
No.
We never crossed their territory.
Nope.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just frozen, staring.
Can I slowly stand up with my hands in a non-offensive open position?
They just keep the bead on you. They're not stopping you from moving. They're not saying a word.
I'm gonna look at the one aiming the arrow at me. I have a piece of parchment in my bag.
You want to lead with that?
Yeah, don't leave with that.
It's rolled up. If you want to grab it and take a look at it, you're more than welcome to. But I think
Thanks, you're gonna get us killed.
you'll be interested to see what it is.
Make a persuasion roll.
15.
Let me see.
I'll take out this. And I'll...
What the fuck is this?
Old peace treaty.
So?
Read it.
Yeah, I read it. What? So what? It's meaningless. Why are you coming to our territory?
I didn't believe we crossed into your territory.
You haven't yet.
Well,
That's why you're still alive. We came to talk to you first.
Well, actually...
Why are you coming to our territory? And we know who you are.
Well, if you know what that is and you know what her people have done, you'll understand all of her sisters that died from what it is. We're trying to save her.
Aye.
And if you are willing, we would love to,
I was
not
coming
die.
here in look of my mom's parents. Her name is Amaril.
They
She
probably
used to
know
be
that.
the princess here who...
You wish to see the queen?
That would make sense if you...
Yes, if I'm gonna... Yeah,
So you wish to see your grandmother?
yes.
And who are these with you?
She is my teacher. Her name is
Okay.
Skekel. She's important to me, and he is...
He hands you back the parchment.
Josiah.
I know your name is Josiah. I'm just trying to figure out what to label you as. The town drunk? Do you want me to say that?
Who's
A
your
close
compatriots? What about the oversized vermin?
Oh, he's my pet. His name is,
Oh, what?
His name is Pepe Le Pew. He comes from Foxville. He's my dire skunk.
You have some weird creatures down there.
But, he's my best friend.
I wave.
His name is Josiah. We're all friendly. We don't mean any harm.
And where did you come by that pendant?
We
I
found it.
noticed that your pendant's actually like outside of your armor.
That's how I was wearing it. I found it approximately 3 days ago underground, where we found the parchment. I point, and I found this. Pull up the spear. And the golden breastplate.
And
I also got
The
a
bow
police
that's on
sword
my
from
back.
there.
We would like you folks to come with us, please.
Oh no. Can my skunk come?
Of course.
Okay.
We are guests.
So we're not prisoners.
Not now.
Okay.
Please don't give me a reason to make it such.
Do you want some wolf jerky?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Would you like some caribou jerky? Some fruits, some nuts, some raisins? We have elven bread here.
I'm gonna eye the
He has some
bread.
pastries. She
Can I try
has
No, I'm gonna eye the person with the...
candies.
Candies?
What's candy?
What's candy?
Never had.
No, I'm just gonna
Female
lick...
elf perks up. You've never had candy?
No, I'm gonna just lick my lips. I know
Honestly,
what
you have a lot of
candy
weird
is.
food here for us.
Oh
I
my
know what
word.
candy
She
is.
starts reaching through her bag. You've had one piece of candy in your entire life,
I
and
know
you
what
stole
candy
it.
I haven't.
And all the candy I actually gave to you wasn't
You've heard
actually
of it.
candy.
I've heard of it,
Fruit
but-
and
It was
stuff.
sweet
Yeah.
stuff.
She pulls out a bag, and then, all right, pulls out, drops 5 brightly colored little orbs in your hand, 5 brightly colored orbs in your hand,
Like that,
7 in yours.
I'm just gonna...
I tried one.
We'll try one.
Super sweet berry flavor fills your mouth,
I'm gonna put them in my pocket.
and you feel as if you've just eaten a full day's worth of food.
So sweet.
Good berry.
Good berry.
it's been a while since I've had candy.
I put the rest in my pocket.
I bow graciously and say, thank you for that.
All right. Then you pack everything up, and they escort you for the next part of the day, traveling northward. And it's as though the forest itself opens up a path ahead of them and closes it again behind you. You're realizing now as you're walking through the forest, you wouldn't have even had to worry about being shot. You wouldn't have even gotten into the forest.
I was gonna say, I was very careful not to enter their territory. It's like, because I don't want to get shot.
No, they found us.
Oh.
No, that was the role I did a while ago. Scout noticed you and came to get more to back up to make sure you didn't raid
Wait,
it.
how did they get into the house? I secured the door. Did they just come in from the
The
roof?
door is completely removed,
Yeah, I was gonna say
as
that
well as 2 of the windows.
Yeah.
getting in was not hard.
For elves now.
There are holes in the walls.
They could have easily climbed through a hole in the roof.
Yeah.
These are elves.
Yeah. So, after the better part of a day of traveling northward, you come across a small village. And they tell you, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to wait here for the night. We will get a in-room for you, of course. Dinner's on us. They bring you to a tavern filled with elves.
Wow.
Except for 2 of them look different. They don't have pointy ears. And they seem stockier than the rest of them.
Dwarves.
One of them's the barkeep, and the other one is the barmaid that's walking around.
Stock,
Can I
are
look
they?
at them?
Huh?
Can I like get them and make like an insight thing on what it might be?
Perception.
Sure.
Or
Perception.
investigation.
Nature.
Neat.
1. I
No,
don't.
She fumbles. I'll do it.
They don't look like normal elves.
Nature, you said? Nat 20.
I have 17. I'll leave that.
Are these those humans you've heard talk of?
Humans.
Humans?
I am the shortest creature.
The
in this
elves
No.
No.
in front of us can just hear us.
As you look
humans.
around, you realize you're not the shortest creature. There's a couple of tables that are set up on a shelf that are actually being sat at by a collection of what appear to be people roughly 6 inches to 8 inches tall.
Pixie.
Wings or
Some
not
with wings, some without,
Hey.
that are sitting there having their own drinks in a squeaky kind of voice way.
Can I approach this little tabletop thing?
Yeah?
You
If I
don't
can make
have
you
to do the voice.
You don't have to do a voice, dude.
You don't have to do the
Not trying to
voice.
torture you, man.
Oh no.
Cough H.
So then, I ripped up his knickers and I walked him with the walkway up to the orchard. And then we went up the canal with the richen, and then we waxed and buffed the rockin'. Yeah, really? Well, I rocked it rockin' with the Raffenmachschneck.
Dash.
And they're going on like that.
I don't think you speak Finnish.
No.
Dad? So for orc, it says dwarvish right after it. Orc and dwarves have the same language?
No, but there's a dwarvish derivative of orcish.
Apparently I speak deep speech.
I know Elvish and
Awesome.
Infernal. Infernal is cool.
Primordial, Draconic, or Dwarvish,
We all
Common,
speak different languages.
Deep speech.
Okay, so
'Cause I have a bizzle.
where are the elves sitting at? Because I assume we were just
Everywhere.
No,
Oh,
the
yeah.
ones that we came with.
They've disappeared. You're sure that they're probably keeping an eye on you, but you can't see any of them right now.
Can I look for an open table?
Yeah, you find one. It has 4 chairs.
Did the skunk follow me in?
No, the skunk's outside.
Okay. Oh no.
I don't think anyone will mess with it.
No one.
Honestly, no one wants
No,
to get sprayed.
One of the elves stayed with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I don't know.
Otherwise, everyone made a wide appearance around it. Nobody even wanted to go near it. Except for this one little girl. It's like, oh, so cute. Come up and pat it. And then her mother came, swoops her up. No. It's going to eat you.
I see her
It's a pretty kitty.
I see her going to the open table and I grab a seat myself.
I walk over to after seeing the phase for
Oh,
the
it
first
feels
time
so
in my
good to
life.
sit in a chair.
Barmaid comes over. All right, folks, what can I get you?
Whiskey.
Whiskey? Coming right up. How much you want? You want the whole bottle? You want a cup?
Might as well,
Don't
You
get-
fill your keg?
take off the keg.
Have you ever seen this thing?
Slosh.
Hold on. Comes back
More
with the
or less.
tankard, pours the rest of that little bit of ale you had left in it. Really cheap, watery ale. Now that you're looking at it, and you're seeing the other ale that's being poured that's much thicker and frothier. She's like, this stuff is shit. Be right back with your whiskey, sir. She comes, anything for you?
Just water if you can.
Water? Food? Anything?
Food.
Sweets.
What do you have for
Pastries?
food?
We have a dinner special tonight is venison steaks with grilled pheasant. We have vegetable medley, spiced potatoes. We have potatoes au gratin, potatoes, cheesy potatoes, and we also have a chowder tonight.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll take the chowder.
Chowder and a collection of desserts for the miss.
I have the venison.
You want the full meal
Or
or the half meal?
half.
Sure you don't want the full?
I don't know how much I can eat.
It's a 7-course dinner. You can split it however you want.
Sure. I have a huge dire skunk outside, so we can share some with him after we're done.
Oh no, the stand with the hand's already taken care of him, Nas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a very friendly little thing.
I know.
Hi, my daughter loves it.
He likes wolf jerky.
Don't have any of that.
I know.
We'll find plenty for it. So she goes away, comes back a few moments later with a fresh tankard of ale for you. Try some real beer, lad. And your keg stopped full. It's more full now than when you left the bar originally with it. And comes back. It's a full, rich, deep, good smelling hearty chowder with this nice hunk of freshly baked bread on the side of it for you. And then she also brings over this tray that's all these little pieces of cakes and pastries with different fruits, berries, and some shiny white stuff all over it.
It's frosting. You uncultured swine.
Depends on what culture you're from.
And then her stuff starts coming.
Oh god.
She comes out first with this huge tray. It's an entire roast of venison
Oh Jesus.
with
I'm just
herbs
good.
all nicely battered into it, surrounded by finger potatoes.
My character.
She puts a plate down in front of each of you.
Well, my next thought was like, I'll help.
Okay. Next comes out another plate of rolls that have like a sweet glazed dressing over the top of it. She brings over a full plate of spiced potatoes, this cheesy mashed potato, weird looking stuff with bits of green in it. Yeah, your table is full of food in a matter of moments.
Jesus.
We're all just eating.
Eating.
You know,
First warm meal that we've had in a while after being on the road
First
for a while.
meal we've had in a while.
Not rations or like beef jerky.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all like.
We're just all yeah, we're all like ravenously attacking the food. After I eat a bit, I kind of wave over to the barmaid.
well, actually, before you get a chance to do that, while you're in the middle of eating, you feel a small tug of the fur at your side.
I have no tail. I turn around.
Okay? You see one of these like little brownies looks up at you. So, that pound flute just for show? Can you do a show?
I finish my whiskey. I finish my ale, and then I pull out the pan flute.
I'm gonna open my cloak too. And
Stand on the chair in the center of the room. Get that pan flute ready.
What song are we playing?
Oh, we're doing an assisted here. Aye.
I'm useless, I don't know. So I'm just gonna sit back and talk.
Magic song.
We're going to sing the song. We'll do that since we all know the beat. She sings, we do the instruments, and Sky does assistant vocals.
So we just sit
Gertie, Gertie.
All right, each of you do a performance roll with advantage because you're working together.
15?
14.
19. Wait, +1 to charisma. Performance is charisma. Dirty 20. I was good.
So he keeps the lead for the whole song going. You get your humming going. The entire room starts resonating with the sound as he starts glowing and pulsing with the sound.
Because we're covered in the dust.
He is. He's been playing around with. He went into the alcoves. He has it embedded in his hands and his fur all over everything. He's wiped his hands on. So he's like handprints on his legs that start to like pulse with the song. The crowd is mesmerized by the whole thing. Okay, does anyone put out a tip hat?
Yes.
I don't have a hat, so.
I do. And my bowler. Yes! Bowler's on the ground.
You don't even need to roll.
I know, I
for
didn't
it,
have
you
to roll
just
for
put
that.
it
I
out.
know.
Let's earn some cash.
52 silver.
Write it down!
And 63 gold. Holy shit.
About 200 gold now. And 63 silver, which is now at 78.
Oh, I know.
We'll take care of it.
Well, so now I throw a few coins on the table to pay for the food that I haven't paid for yet.
I can't accept that, dear. It's already been paid for.
What?
The owls that
Oh, that's right.
Your room is upstairs. Okay? It's the first door on the right. Sorry, we only have one room for all of you today.
No issues, no issues. We've been
Soft
traveling a
bed?
while.
Sounds lovely.
I asked the barmaid though. I mean, I've been curious this whole time. What's the name of this village, if you don't mind me asking? Does it have a name?
We don't name it.
Oh. Is that normal for the area?
We don't usually name the villages.
Gotcha. I'm not
This is
for that
home.
here. As it should be.
Yep. I understand you're new and you're definitely outsiders. We haven't had a stay here in years. Last one we had was a very lively lad as well. But, came with the Skeksis, actually. About 20 years ago.
I'm gonna perk up at that.
Trading some weird shit. But anyway, what was I saying?
That it's not common to name villages.
Oh no, if you name a village, it's going to be cursed to be destroyed. Only something with a name can get a plague. Since we stopped naming our villages, we've had no plagues, we've had no war, we've had no issues.
makes sense.
Remember how long ago did that become the practice?
From what I'm told, about 400 years ago? 500 years ago? Well, before my time there.
And this is the barmaid I'm talking to, right?
No, the barmaid.
Yep, that's what I'm talking to.
Sorry, I thought you said barman.
Oh no, the barmaid. That's who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
At a game.
So then I kind of ask her, and if you don't mind me asking, because I'm new to the area, if you don't mind my lack of knowledge, are you a human?
I
Oh, this
understand
is
you're not
right.
from the area, dear,
Yeah.
but it's very rude to call a person out in their race. Okay? That's why I didn't call you a satyr directly. I understand you're from down south, where they're very...
Different.
Yes. But here, we don't differentiate between humans, dwarves, elves, gnomes, and accordingly. It's better that way.
Peaceful.
Less troublesome.
Very.
If you don't mind me asking,
But
more,
yes, I am.
thank you. Is this a very happy place? It seems to be beautiful. Beautiful scenery, beautiful place, excellent food.
Everything we need is here.
I'm guessing our clothing is dirty, right?
Oh, disgustingly so.
I was under the impression you guys were using your prestidigitation to
We,
keep
we
Okay,
haven't. Well, we haven't in a couple of days because we've been traveling.
I'm gonna ask her if there's like a clothing shop around here.
Not until the morning when they open up, dear.
Okay.
We should ask our escorts if we can stop there on the way out.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit late now, but if you want, it's better off if you wait, though, because we're just a small town here. Okay? Much better towns further up along your way.
Much obliged for your assistance,
And
ma'am.
you get the general impression that everybody seems to know everybody else's business
I also
in
feel
this
like
area.
she's like avoiding talking to me.
No, you just haven't really talked to her much.
So, what's your name, if you don't mind me asking? Or if you
No, do
don't
you remember
mind.
the whole conversation about names? I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
feeling that she
No
doesn't
one
have
has a
one.
name here.
No, people can have names.
Oh, okay.
So,
They just don't name towns.
here we go. Name her.
Name her?
I haven't come up with a name yet, so name her.
Meredith.
Everyone else is helping with the storyline, so who wants to name this
No.
one?
Why?
What was the one name of our favorite barkeepress?
Heather.
Heather.
Her name
And
is
you
Heather.
can't tell me no.
Why would I tell you no? I'm the one who hired Heather into my company of old
I actually
characters.
did.
Yeah, but she came with me to she left.
Yeah.
Heather, human barmaid in Elven Village.
Does she have red hair too? Can she be a
She never had red hair.
Redhead.
I was gonna say, she never had red hair.
I never said what color her hair was.
No, you did. She was blonde.
No, I didn't.
I thought she was brunette.
I said there was a barmaid and a barman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's no other questions I have for metagame wise. I can't think of anything else, so I just head up to the room after. Are the fake creatures still there?
Yeah,
Is all the food gone that we ordered?
Oh yeah. With me?
Each of you make a Constitution check. Let's see how much of it you pound away without getting sick.
13.
Nat 20.
With the saving throw too, or
Disgusting.
just straight?
Straight.
11.
Okay.
Nat 20.
So the two of you get full way before she does. So she ends up finishing off a good portion of the rest of it. But yeah, it's very good, very filling. You're very stuffed, feeling very heavy and sedated.
That's good to have her
Not in a bad way.
I was gonna say, is this where we pass out, wake up with, in prison? Pretty cold. Well, I mean, the barmaid wouldn't be nice to us if she was gonna do that. I don't think.
I don't think they would have brought you to town if they're going to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they're gonna hurt us, they would have just killed us. Oh.
Your guests.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, we'll see. So, yeah, I just head to the room after that.
I go back to the room as well and
Sleep. We haven't had beds or floors.
Is there enough beds in there?
Yeah, there's actually 4 beds.
I'm gonna go
Only 3 of you.
sleep on one.
I'm gonna
of the
cast
beds.
Prestidigitation on myself first, and then I'm gonna pass out.
The barmaid does tell you that your skunk is in the stable out back. If you want to go check on it at all.
I'm gonna go do that before I go to bed.
Okay. There's this little 7 or 8-year-old girl at midnight cuddling up and petting the skunk and feeding it apples and other fruits. And it's just sitting there kind of purring away.
Content.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello, I say.
Hi, is this yours?
Yeah.
It's so pretty and friendly and nice and soft and it smells bad.
He's a dire skunk.
Big kitty. Big nice kitty.
Just go
Kitty
with
Just
it.
go with it. Just go with it. A child wouldn't know the difference.
Skunk.
Skunk. You gotta stay away from skunks. They spray you bad. But this one nice.
Yeah.
This one not make me go stink, right?
No, he's friendly.
Okay.
Just don't hug his tail.
I didn't mind last time.
Yeah. I just have a fear that if he hug his tail too hard, that he might just get sprayed. So,
He says he likes it.
excuse me, what?
What?
He says he likes it.
I'm sort of looking at the skunk confused now, like you talk.
You talk?
Yes.
You know talk to your skunk?
I mean, I do talk to him, but he doesn't talk back.
He's very nice. He talks back.
I don't
You don't understand him?
know.
No one taught you how to talk to animals.
No. I grew up in Foxfield, where a poor
That's
town.
so sad. My mommy taught me how to talk to animals last year. It's really cool. You want to learn? I'll show you.
Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, so first you need one of these. And she pulls out a small piece of looks like rawhide or leather.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. My mommy gave it to me.
Mhm.
But you hold it in your hand, rub it 3 times, and she shows you a little movement to do. Okay, and she whispers into it. I said, see? And then she talks to it. The skunk, she says, okay, now nod your head up and down for me. So you let her know that you understand me. Nods his head up and down.
Oh, wow.
Okay. He likes you. He says you have good meats.
Ask what he says about the other party members.
What does he think about the Skeksis?
He says something about little hoof guy need to start kicking.
I'll tell him that.
And something about big bird don't like him. Always seem to stay away from him.
You stink. That I fear if
But
I
you do not know this trick?
No.
Oh. You should go talk to mommy. She can teach you better than me.
and that's the barmaid.
No.
No.
Oh.
Barmaid is human.
Yeah, my mommy runs the bar
I'm
here.
not down there. I'm up in the room.
No, she's human.
She is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
So you could leave them and get to bed.
Well,
You going back in?
I'm gonna...
Is it okay if I cuddle with your skunky?
Yeah. Will your mom be okay with you being...
She knows I'm here.
Okay. Then yeah. It's fine.
She can figure talk to the thing. I'm not worried about that.
So you see her holding her little piece of rawhide, whatever it is, and sits with the skunk as you walk away.
Yep.
And as you come in, the bar is still going pretty full.
You can ask the barmaid about the trip before you go to bed. It won't take long.
Okay, and what are you doing?
Sleeping.
You're just going straight to sleep?
Oh yeah, I'm casting prestidigitation to clean myself and then
Same.
collapsing on the bed.
Make myself look. Now I can get all the dust off that's been going on to me. Prestidigitation and then just collapse. into
Every so
bed.
often you hum to just collect it off. See where it glows.
I'm still this dirty, filthy thing.
So you come in, and yeah, the brownies especially are still partying hard. There's also,
Brownies.
now you notice a short, squat figure. You've never seen one like this one. It's like, kind of like the human, only about yay tall, with a really hairy.
And that would be a dwarf.
Can I just sort of make a
Nature check?
stealth? Yeah.
Nature check to see if you know what he is.
Yeah. A nature or like a wisdom. A wisdom?
Do a
Intelligence.
nature check or history check, and we'll see if you can realize what he is.
13. God damn it!
Really short human, maybe. Or you heard of other stuff. Maybe he's a gnome? You've heard of gnomes, but you've never seen one. You've heard of dwarves, but you've never seen one.
Yeah, we don't have a reference point.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna ask because I heard
It's
that
rude.
It's rude.
It's rude
Yeah,
everywhere.
don't do that.
It's rude everywhere.
The nicest person. Well,
No, he
Alright,
even
so you're
told
going
us
up
at
to
the
bed too?
beginning of the game. It's
No, I
rude
want
to
to
ask.
talk to the head.
The barmaid?
Yeah.
Okay. She's still serving drinks.
Oh, no, I meant the little girl's mom.
That's
that
That's
is
the
the
barmaid.
head barmaid.
Oh, she's busy right now then, right?
She's still serving drinks,
I'll ask her
like she
tomorrow.
has been.
I'll ask her tomorrow, and then I'll just go upstairs.
You sure you want to wait to ask her tomorrow?
You can
Because I'm
honestly
going to
just-
be, basically, it's 8 o'clock and we're at the hour, a little over the hour mark, so it's about break time.
Okay.
just ask her now. It won't.
So do you want to ask her before you go to bed, or do
Yeah.
you want to wait till the morning?
I'll ask her now.
Okay. So, you know what? Come see me about an hour, and I'll be all set here, and I'd be happy to show you.
And where do I come meet you?
Just
Do I
meet me down. Come down to the bar. I'll be here.
Okay.
Okay. So an hour later, you go down, you meet up with her, and she explains to you that it's actually the vocal cords of a small animal. So as long as you have the vocal cords of a small animal with this incantation, you can speak to animals for 1 round.
As long as you rub it.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
And
Make an intelligence check to see if you can learn it. DC 13.
no, that's a 6 in total. I'm on to 3.
So you get the general gist of it, but you can't quite get the feel of it.
Yeah.
So you can try again on the morrow to see if you can learn the hand gestures for it.
Yeah.
I can't hear Morrow without thinking of my old D&D character.
All right, so I'm going to take a stop here for a little bit, take a break, and then we can either leave it at here for tonight or do a little bit more before we leave
I
today.
think we should do the
Send
whole
in the time.
waking up and moving, and then
What
wrap it
time
up.
do you usually leave for work?
I have to leave at 9:45, but
So we could still play for a little bit.
yeah, after the
Okay.
break, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just get basically back on the road.
Yeah. Get to the